Hi, my name is Kate Malberger. I have another installment in my series, How Should I Quilt This Quilt? I wasn't going to do a video on this particular one. I'm under a very tight deadline, but I just felt like this story needed to be told. I have an 11-year-old grandson, Lucas, and he has an amazing fifth grade teacher this year. Unfortunately, her 17-year-old daughter was in a very severe car accident recently, and she has several months of recovery ahead of her. So, Lucas asked if we could make her a quilt. And I, of course, said yes, this would be a great idea. Um, but because of our deadline, we needed to pick something simple. Um, Lucas helped me pick fabrics, and her favorite color is green, and she likes earth tones. So we chose from my stash, and we used a book, one of the 3 yard quilts books, to pick a simple pattern. He chose the pattern. So let me show you the quilt. So here is the quilt top that we came up with. And I need to mention that we had some help from Lucas's sister Rose and his mom Jess, and the four of us got this completed in 5 days. Now I need to get the quilting done in 5 days to meet our deadline. So the quilting's going to have to be something simple but beautiful, of course. And I have already begun by basting around the outside edges, as I always like to do, to anchor that down. And then I have stitched in the ditch on both the green border and the white border. Now I'm ready to anchor maybe around each of these flowers, just to make sure the quilt doesn't shift. And then I hope to highlight with some fun ruler work. Okay. As you can see here, instead of anchoring the quilt by sewing in the ditch on these seams, I decided to go ahead with a real simple design on the white, and the white only, just to that way I went across the quilt, um, spaced out. So now I feel like my quilt has been anchored. I did do in the ditch on the borders. But to create this very simple, but I think very pretty design, I used this Amanda Murphy good measure ruler to create the larger petals, and then this circle, Amanda Murphy's every circle ruler, to create the smaller petals. Very simple, very quick. I had all of this done in about 2 hours, and I'm now going to do that same design on these peachy tan colored blocks. I can do the same exact design going the opposite, diagonally the opposite direction. And then I'll tackle these green flowers. I absolutely love how this turned out. I was going for simple and beautiful, and I think I might have achieved that. If you look closely, you can see the quilting on the white. I went diagonally through the white pieces with a simple petal design, and then I decided to go ahead and do that same design on the gold parts, but they're not showing up here very well, but that quilting is done as well. And I think what I have decided to do on each of these green flowers is a simple circle motif, which if I trace it here, you'll see there's a circle here, a circle here, here, and here, for a total of 4 that kind of overlap in the middle. And once I complete those, I will just have the borders left. Okay. I finished quilting the inside of the quilt. All of the blocks are done. You can see here the anchoring I did again with the white. And then I think at this window you can see the circular design I put on each block of the green flower blocks. So that's done. I now have to do the two borders. I think I'm going to use my clamshell ruler. If I put this on here and line it up on the seam, I think I'll get a real nice scallop look on that white border. And I might even do the same thing on the green, just because this will be a nice simple finish. And then I just have binding. And I think this quilt is finished. All of the quilting has been done. I did use the scallop on the white border. I decided to do a bit of a contrast using straight lines on the green border, and then we bound it with this same fabric that is in the quilt and put a green backing on it, and the label has been done. I am ready to package this up and deliver it. We met our deadline, and my grandson and granddaughter can deliver it to the teacher.